I never remember to record. I am recording. We're talking about fit clubs. Those of you who are watching the recording. Sherry and I ran our first fit club last month, and we chose a free location because her husband was fabulous enough to let us use the lobby of his work. And didn't have a big showing, but we're working on it. So I know that there are some people in my area who do fit clubs and have a huge showing. So it can really look any way that you want it to look, as far as whether you are leading a live workout. If you're a certified instructor, don't lead a live workout if you're not, because you don't need that liability issue at all, okay? Or you could be showing a Beachbody DVD workout, and you could be sampling shakes if you want. There's lots of different ways that you could do it, but the whole idea is to be building your contact list, building your community, building your fit family, and people love anything that builds a relationship with you that they can get for free. So, or for very, very minimal cost. So there's lots of ways to do a fit club, but I really encourage you, just like we were talking about the shake and share with Amy, that make it feel like you, make it comfortable, and try it and figure out different ways that work for you. But I think that just doing something informal and using it as a way to build your business and form community and get people healthy. And hey, at least when Sherry and I didn't have a huge turnout, we didn't care. We still worked out together and had our Shakeology. So it's a way for you to have some added accountability and that sense of community with other coaches or potential customers. So that's just kind of what a fit club is and what it looks like. But I wanted to call on a couple of our teammates who have been doing a lot with fit clubs. Tracy, and then Tammy has recently been doing some PIO for free in her backyard, I believe. So, and Tracy, I follow you, and I know that Sherry and I contacted you to get information on how to run a fit club. So rather than me talking about how to run a fit club, I would love it if you would tell us some insight, because I really do believe that this is something that everybody could be doing in some way, shape, or form, whether it's just in their backyard or at the high school gym or wherever, just to be reaching more people. So Tracy and Tammy were kind enough to speak tonight on the call to us and give us a little bit more insight into reaching out and forming a fit community. So I'll let Tracy take it away first.
Okay. Thank you for asking me to do this. I actually am really excited to do it. So.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to share. Like I said, well, you know, I've done it, and I tried to share information with you and Sherry before you did yours, and I know I kind of rambled on, and so hopefully I won't tonight. I've kind of put a little outline together, and I basically will kind of walk you through what I did from preparation to during to after the fit club. So the biggest part for me was the preparation. Really early on, when I decided to become a coach, I went into the office and I saw that file in the news. It's in the news and training section. You go to meeting resources, and then you go to fit club, and there's a ton of information on it. So read through all of that. There's a list of do's and don'ts. There's a video, which I don't remember if I watched that part or not. But to me, the big items were, one, there's a waiver in there that you have to have your fit club members sign when they walk in. I just made copies of them and put them on a clipboard and made sure that they signed those. There's the guest sign in. I put that in a binder, and then when somebody comes in, they do the waiver, they fill out the sign-in sheet, which also they put down their email address. I think the one that I made, I just customized it. I said, are you interested in clean eating? So that I could kind of find them on Facebook and then roll them into maybe a 5-day free, clean eating group. You can ask them if they're on, what social media they're on and that kind of a thing. There also is a customizable flyer in there. I made my own, but I did take some of the verbiage from the customizable one, especially some of the print had like trademarks on it, so that it looked really legit with, we're going to do this workout or that workout, Beachbody workout. So I did that. I actually did like a poster flyer that I hung up, and I'll tell you where I hung those up. I did like a half sheet flyer, and then even just a slip of paper flyer, so that you could kind of post it anywhere. I mean, I literally put something up at a restaurant business board. I've done that. I don't think they're, a local restaurant. I think that's okay. Advertise it anywhere that you can, really. Let me see where else. So that's the first thing. So look at the back office. Then the next thing, you have to secure a location, obviously, whether you do it at your home with a couple girlfriends or people that you know. I mean, if you're comfortable opening up your house to people maybe you don't know too, that's totally up to you. Your yard, obviously. A school would be wonderful. I know there's a lot of teachers in this group. That's a really great place if you can coordinate with the school, whether your kids go to a school or you work at one. A church, you might be able to get like a rec room or something at a church, or a community center. I did mine at a dance studio. I'm close with the dance studio owner enough that I asked her if I could run it there, and she did charge me to rent the room. So that was a cost that I just took on myself, because the Fit Club, as it stands in the office, is it has to be free. You have to offer it for free. So my friends, when they came, had said, "Do you want donations?" And I told them no. I mean, you guys can handle that however you want to, but I just didn't feel right doing that since it's supposed to be a free service. So the logistics for me was the hardest. I had my studio, but my studio didn't have a TV or a DVD player. So I had to, I know, it's a tax write-off. So I had to get a TV and a DVD player to my dance studio. Well, luckily, Santa bought my kids a projector, so I brought the projector with the DVD to the dance studio. So then think about, you're in a dance studio with a projector. You've got to turn off the lights in order for it to project onto the wall, right? So I brought a lamp. So we had a little bit of dim lighting, but to be honest, the people that came preferred doing it in the dark. They were really self-conscious about working out in front of somebody. So they were like, turn the lights off, it's great. So the logistics of your connection wires and all that sort of thing, you kind of have to work out depending on where you're doing this at. If you're at a school and you might be able to borrow their TV and DVD players or whatever, hooking up your laptop or mobile device to stream, Beachbody on Demand, you kind of just have to figure out that part. That was honestly the hardest part of all of this for me. So basically, once you have all that set and you've done some promoting, then there comes the actual day that you show up to do your Fit Club. So as Jessica said, you are not an instructor unless you are, but if you're not an instructor, you're not there to actually lead them through the workout. You're there to introduce yourself, introduce each other to one another. I kind of thought of it as you're a hostess at a party. You want everybody to feel welcome and comfortable, and you want everybody to get to know one another because it is a social event. You want people to come back for more. You want people to start building a relationship with each other. And as a hostess, you kind of foster that. So once you've got the workout going, you can point out the modifiers. You can point out the people who are doing the advanced. I feel like it's perfectly fine to ask everybody, is everybody doing okay? Or, wow, I'm getting such a great sweat. How about the rest of you? Just to kind of keep it a little bit light. It's okay to laugh and to have fun. And to keep pushing people, tell them like, you guys are all doing such a great job, and just kind of push them so that everybody really is engaged. A 20 to 30 minute workout is perfectly fine. It's a sampling of a workout to kind of pull people in and to get them used to working out. So I think that's perfectly fine. So after the workout, I have actually just gotten away with making one shake to share. So don't think that you have to make, like if 5 people show up, you don't have to make them each their own individual shake. You don't have to do that. I just took one packet, made it before I left, put extra ice in it, brought the pitcher and some Dixie cups along with a tray if you want to serve it on a tray. It depends on how you want to do it. But I just poured it out for everybody. Everybody took a sample. And that's really all it took. So that's not a really extra cost for you. I also brought packets to sell. So people could sample it. So, and you could obviously price it the way you want to. I found that, selling them for like $5 to $7 each, or do a deal like 5 for 20 or whatever you want to do. So I found that was kind of helpful. I did have some people actually purchase samples that way. And when you do sell the sample, if you have like a little piece of paper with, the recipe for it on there, like if you have a staple a chocolate recipe on it so people know kind of what to do with it once they do bring it home. I also had a lot of extra information that I brought with me, like I laminated posters or those pamphlets that you get inside of your Shakeology. I laminated some of those and brought them with. I made a little mini photo album with information on Shakeology so people could leaf through. I also brought a binder full of clean eating recipes, so if anybody wanted to leaf through those. I brought my 21-day fix containers because people are really curious to see how big or small each of those containers are. It's like a mystery to them that they finally get to uncover. So, I mean, I brought materials with so they can look through it. That's what people want to touch it. They want to feel it. They want to see what they'd be getting themselves into. And you're there to answer their questions. When you bring your DVD to work out, always bring a backup. You never know if that one's scratched, or you might have somebody come to class that has an injury, like maybe a shoulder injury, and you're planning on doing PiYo. That's not going to work out so well. So have a backup plan just in case. Bring an extra DVD or workout with you. I also made a playlist of before music and after music to stream. So you kind of, again, set it up like a party. Not anything you have to do, but I was really trying to cover from point A to point Z. I just did everything and anything to make sure that I had everything covered. I also had clean eating recipes for people to take home, which also, and then business cards with your information on it to send home. I did a raffle entry. So anytime someone comes to Fit Club, they put their name and email down on a slip of paper. They put it in my raffle bucket, and then, end of the month I pull out. So the more times somebody comes, the more chance they have to win something. Like I did Shakeology samples. So, people like to win or enter into contests. That's something you could do just to keep people coming back. So you can do some giveaways. You could do theme days. Obviously, would be fun for some people, like a red, white, and blue day coming up for 4th of July. I bought a lot of stuff, like a picture, the Dixie cups, my business cards, bright paper so that you can put your flyers on bright colored paper. And let me see what else I had here. If you want to, you can do a monthly promo flyer. So if you have promotions going on that month and you just want to send it home with the people that come and show up, you can do that. Trying to think what else I wanted to say here. You can say it's Fit Club, or you can make a theme for it. You might want to kind of do it like your challenge group and do it, like Mom's Morning Out or something like that. Make it your own, brand it your own. I think that would be, because I know, like when I posted it, people weren't quite sure what Fit Club was, even though it had an explanation of it. But if you did something a little bit more, like a mom's group or something to pull people in, that would help. I did my Fit Clubs once a week or twice a month. It depended on my husband's schedule when he could watch the kids. So, but I tried to do it as frequently as possible. I paid $20 to my studio. I teach PiYo there now. So for me, doing Fit Club was a really good segue into teaching PiYo on my own. And I still pay $20 for an hour at my studio. So I'm just now finally making some money back from it and covering my costs. So that's nice. You do have to manage personalities when people show up. I actually have a friend that showed up that wanted to talk about her business, It Works, and try to sell her stuff during my Fit Club. She wanted to talk about her Sam's Club shakes. She wanted to talk about Fitness 19 next door. So manage personalities the best that you can. Luckily, I had friends there that were like sidetracking her, just stopping her in her tracks.
Tracy?
What's that?
How did you manage that, Tracy? You're like, stop, collaborate, and listen.
Pretty much. I just, when she started bringing up the Sam's Club shakes, I just was like, Shakeology is the best. Zip it, just kind of. Luckily, I had friends there, and they just kind of politely rolled their eyes at her and just kind of like pushed her to the side. But when she starts talking about, I got this membership at Fitness 19 next door, or I just bought a Jillian Michaels DVD, and here you are trying to promote your own DVDs, I finally just told her to stop and but anyways, just so be prepared that somebody might show up and try to do something that might sidetrack you, but you just have to try to politely, as best you can, segue into something else or top them with all of our wonderful products.
Thanks for sharing that too, because it's easier when we do it online, but face to face it can be awesome.
Yeah. And you may want to team up with someone. You can team up with other coaches. Obviously, Jessica and Sherry have done that. And so when there is another coach in the room, when that person does become unmanageable, at least you have somebody else in the room to kind of sidetrack them or pull them to the side while you talk to the other people about the products.
Take their ass out to bounce them out.
I know my girlfriend said, you are too nice. And I'm like, I know, I've got to. I should have kicked her out. But again, or have a good friend there that could be a mediator. Another thing I was thinking about today as I was just putting this together is, you could always make it a night or a day where maybe you have a friend that's like a Jamboree nail consultant. What if you did do something like sweat and spa theme where you're going to do a workout and then you talk about your stuff and then maybe you do nail wraps or something, so combine it with somebody else because maybe they'll be able to pull some people in and you'll be able to pull some people in and collaborate. I don't know if that just was like kind of an idea I thought of today. It's just collaboration is always a great idea, especially because it is hard to get the word out there. But I put flyers everywhere. So I put business cards and little things about in my dentist's office in their little business, the card area. So, we really can put it anywhere. I also did a Facebook event every single time I did a fit club. So I could do the evite or the event invite through Facebook and then have an idea of who's coming and I put it on garage sale sites in the area. So I was kind of trying to promote people coming and we put free to kind of help. So I think that probably about wraps it up. So I think I covered a lot of bases there. So
you covered a ton. I really appreciate it. Was that helpful, guys?
Yeah, you said keep it informal and I made it.
No, this is great. I just wanted you to talk about what you
but I just
to share your expertise. There's so many fabulous leaders in here. So I learned a lot. I just wrote down a lot.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't go too fast.
Not at all.
I just figured it's your business. So you're representing yourself and you want people to follow you. You want people to know and like you. You've got to really, I thought, put a lot into it. So that's why I did it that way.
Tracy, how many, I see some questions coming up. How many people you on average usually come each week when you do it?
I had 3 to 5, so it wasn't huge numbers.
That's cool.
But the people that did come, I did have some sales. Some of them were my friends that I knew. And then even just when I was leaving the fit club, people were looking in the mirror or in the window and like, oh, what's going on there? I had somebody approach me, go, oh, you sell Shakeology, so just being out and visible in like a dance studio where there's kids coming with classes with their mom, that kind of helped a little bit. So yeah, not a huge showing, but I don't know. I thought it was worth it just because it.
More than I have. I don't do it. So good. I have a dog that shows up for my fitness.
Well, and if you do it at your house too, that's another thing. I've done, I've had size parties at my house where people come over and we just dance and it's fun. So if you have room in your house to do it with your friends, go for it. And it's cheaper than trying to rent out a place. So
yeah. Meredith had asked, what sort of strategies do you have for fit clubs? So I'm thinking follow-up, Meredith. So you get their emails, do you follow up with them and invite them to the next event, or do you connect with them on Facebook, or do you invite them like we do to a formal online challenge group, or what have you done so far, Tracy?
So with those people, I knew most of them, so I did follow up with each of them. Private messages usually. I would invite them if they wanted to be in that clean eating groups. I would add them to those. So I talked to them about that. Now that I'm doing PiYo, I have new people coming, and I don't want to stalk them on Facebook, but I have checked to see if they're on Facebook. But they have my information if I need, and I'm just starting to build relationships with them too. But some of them I have added them to my Facebook page or Facebook friends now. And just the other night, a lady came into my class and she said, I'm ready to buy the 21-day fix. What do I have to do? So, so it does help that you can get out there and, but I follow up basically through either their email. Hey, buddy. Sorry, this little guy, this one. I tried. through email or messaging if they are on Facebook. So I do try to see people out because why not?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers the question, but.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Any other questions for Tracy? Then we'll have Miss Tammy.
Tammy,
talk
and then
about her lake.
I'm also going to have Megan speak after Tammy, if that's okay, because Megan also did a fit club with her teachers at school. So I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to make the call. So I'm just putting her totally on the spot. But Tammy, talk to us about PIO by the lake. I want to be your neighbor so I can come to do PIO with you. Thank you, Tracy. That was super informative.
Thank you.
I don't have nearly as much information as Tracy did. It started because I kind of filled in for somebody who teaches, they have various exercise, like group exercise programs that go on while all their daughters are dancing at a dance studio. And so one Sunday, well, I got certified back in March and I hadn't done anything with it. And one Sunday afternoon at like 4, I had a friend call me and she's like, I tweaked my back. Can you teach PIO tomorrow in my place? Because she teaches Zabit or whatever it's called. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready, but yep, I'll do it. So I did it. And then I shared that I did it with some friends and they're like, well, can we do it, on the lake? Because they live by me. And I'm like, totally. So I just kind of rolled with it. And I've done 3 of them now. 3? Yeah, 3. And the first one was on like a Sunday afternoon. And so I just invited, we have like 6 families that we hang out with quite a bit on the lake. And so I invited all those women, and then I invited a cousin and my mom came. So I think there were 6 of us the first time. And then, because it was a Sunday afternoon, they came in and we had a Shakeology and what else? And then I had like peanut butter ball samples and some roasted chickpeas or whatever. We just kind of hung out. And one of my cousins like took some information on, somehow we led the 21-day fix and some other stuff. And then the other 2 that I've done have been smaller. I had one woman at one of them, and then there were 3 of us last Thursday. And one of them is another lady on the lake, but she isn't somebody that I really know, or this was probably the second time I've ever talked to her. And when I've posted, I've had interest from other people who have asked to come, but for whatever reason, because of traveling in the summer or something, they haven't. So people seem interested in coming at some point, but we'll see if it keeps growing. I haven't advertised other than what you guys have seen on Facebook, just PIO on the lake, or personally inviting people that I know who have done PIO, or I had a neighbor, one of my neighbors was gonna order some Shakeology because my neighbor had shared it with her. And when she was ordering, I'm like, well, we're doing PIO on the lake if you want to come and do that with us as well. So I'm just kind of personally inviting and seeing who comes. And then everybody who comes, I'm like, yeah, bring a friend. One of the ladies who was here last time, she's like, I had a friend who wanted to come, but I didn't want to invite her until I kind of knew what was going on. And so I'm like, yeah, bring her along. So, yeah, that's my story.
Awesome. Do you invite your soccer moms and your hockey moms?
I have not invited any soccer moms because I don't know really any of the other soccer moms. As the coach, I don't get to meet the moms because I'm only with the kids. So it seems kind of funny, but I don't like chat with the moms.
Just make an all-team announcement after the game, like, "Hey, team,
PIO at the lake, moms!"
right? PIO at the lake." Send it out in an email to everybody.
I do have a couple of hockey moms who have said they want to come. Like when I invited the first time, I didn't invite anybody that I didn't know, because the whole being in front of people is really uncomfortable for me. So the last 2 weeks, I have actually taught the whole routine without my notes completely, which felt really good. So my whole objective with it was to just get comfortable teaching so that at some point, if I want to, I can go and teach somewhere and be confident that I know what I'm doing. Yeah. So my objective.
Love it. And then are you following up with them, Tammy? Are you collecting emails at all to share recipes?
I haven't collected emails. I mean, I have everyone who's come. I have their emails just because I email them for various, reasons or whatever.
Hi. There. So it's a little hi. Oh.
So I have collected emails because it's not grown big enough with people that
Hi.
We don't usually eat dinner this late, but they just went to Chipotle for dinner and just got
Fun.
we were on the late, so.
Tammy has 3 boys. There's only 2 there, but she has 3. Oh, there's the other one. Yep. Oh, they're all set. You got your whole fan club there, Tammy.
Look at all those boys. Bless you. No, I love little boys. I love my little boy. He's wonderful. They never stop though. They never stop moving. Ever. Other moms of boys can agree. I don't know. Never stop moving. Ever. So bless you. You're amazing. Do you feel, Tammy, like you've gotten more comfortable being in front of people after doing running it at your house a few times?
I do. Yes. It's been really good for my confidence. And I know, I feel like it's hard for me to connect with people via social media. So I feel like this is a better way for me to connect with people, to get into studios and teach. It'll be, a good way for me to get out there versus, just trying to on social media.
Yep. That's awesome. Thank you. You've inspired me. I was telling Tammy, I got PIO certified a month maybe before her, and I've done nothing with it yet, confession. And that's been a goal. I was like, I should just do a free PIO at the park, down the street from my house, and I haven't. So you set a good challenge for me. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
You inspired me to maybe get out and do it somewhere around here because we have parks that are close.
Mm-hmm.
You could get out and do it at a park.
Totally could do it. That's a fabulous idea.
I did buy just a small, it was $20 at Target, a speaker. So I put the PIO music, on my iTunes, and then I just Bluetooth it to the speaker, and that's what I use for music.
That's good to know. Thank you. Because I was wondering how I would do it at the park. So, okay. Good to know. Thank you, Tammy, for sharing. Anybody have any questions for Tammy?
I'm just going to add a little tidbit. I have done it at the park, but I'll be honest, nobody showed up. But I would say, too, if you're going to do PIO, have them wear shoes to the park. Don't do it barefoot.
Good reminder.
And I do have a girlfriend that does do it at the park, and she said the same thing, that you put on shoes. So when you tell people to come, make sure that they're proper footwear. I bring my mat with. And it's great at the park because there's your advertising. Here's people running by, playing with their kids or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually do it at a park, where there's a play set, so a playground. So, and you can start have moms going well, eventually when somebody shows up and I'm doing it with people, then it's a great place for, the other day when I showed up to do it, there was 6 runners running by. So
I have people bring
good advertisement.
That, but we do it barefoot in my yard.
Does it? Okay, but it works there. Okay.
My yard is probably
flatter.
Or maybe than a park to be barefoot.
And mowed really well.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody does bring a mat.
Okay.
To use.
Good to know. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to move along and call on Megan, who I am really and truly totally putting on the spot. Meg, thank you. I know that she has done some fit clubs, kind of impromptu fit clubs at her school because she's a high school English teacher, if you didn't know that. And in her hood as well, because her neighborhood is awesome and I'm totally jealous and I want to live there. So I'll let her take it away so we can get another kind of perspective on what a fit club could look like and how you can make it fit your brand to build your contacts in your fit community. So Megan, thank you so much for letting me put you on the spot.
No problem. I am sitting on a lawn chair in my living room, just first off. So I'll tell you that. It was really random. There are a lot of teachers who, once I started doing this and kind of posting about my weight loss, got kind of, I don't know, kind of weird with me about it. And, like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, it's at Shakeology. And so, to try and kind of combat that and turn them into allies. And instead, I started on our in-service days saying, just like posting to, or emailing it to my friends at work or posting it. We have like a small Facebook page for us. Just saying, hey, I'm going to work out at lunch today if anyone wants to join me. And it would be whatever workout I had to do that day. So I would put them through the ringer often. And then I would always post the pictures and people would be like, well, why didn't you invite me? And so then I started kind of just at the end of the year when we had finals, I just started posting it pretty majorly for people. And we used the weight room and I made them do Body Beast. I made them do, I mean, it was like totally random, but it was what I needed to do that day. Oh, we went out on the track one day. That was probably the Body Beast and the track were the most fun. We met on the track so that everyone could run or walk at their own pace. And there was maybe 15 women who showed up. And some who, I'd never really, I'd talked to before, but never talked to about this. And we just all ran at our own pace. But what was cool about it is as you ran past each other, it was like high fives, way to go, keep it up, like da-da-da-da. So that was really neat. The Body Beast was really cool too. I mean, people were dying. We did leg day and they were dying. But at the end, a couple people were like, oh, can I get this on YouTube? And luckily one of my friends who was in the challenge group was like, no, you have to buy it through Megan and become her, one of her challenge members, and she becomes your coach. So that was really awesome to have her in there. And then it kind of like turned into this thing and people were like, will you do this next year for in-service days? So I don't know, I think next year, just because I don't know the rest of the teachers, but our lunch break is 25 minutes, so you couldn't work out. But there was talk of maybe doing it like once a week after school. People asked me if I would do it, and then every in-service day. So that was the school one that got started. The two really cool things were I got to like meet a bunch of women who I normally didn't talk to, and that was really fun. And I don't know, it was fun just to work out together. That was neat. So the neighborhood one that I started was totally random too. So my neighborhood, I'm in Milwaukee, but my neighbor Kristen actually lived there as well. She can testify to it. They have all these like neighborhood pages, like neighborhood watch pages, because we are on the border of in Milwaukee. And so one day I just randomly like posted, like totally out of the blue. I didn't think it through at all. Like Tracy did, your ideas are amazing. But I randomly posted and I was like, would anyone want to start working out with me at the park? And I literally had like 38 responses in like 10 minutes. So I quick created a Copps Park, Cooper Park Neighborhood Fit Club page. And I, again, had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to get those people wrangled in. So then I created this page, and I mean, I haven't had very many people, but I've had a lot of people comment and a lot of people ask to join. There's like 40 members in it now. And on Sunday nights we'll post like the 3 times I'm going to be at the park on the week, and the park is set up like a square. So I had the idea of kind of like the track, like we would just run or walk around it. And actually the first night I got like all the women in my neighborhood to go, and randomly like this woman was walking and I walked past her like twice, and finally she turned around and she stopped. She's like, are you Megan? And I was, yeah. And then it led to her like adding me as a friend on Facebook, and to get into the club, they all had to add me as a friend on Facebook because it was a closed group. So I gained a bunch of friends that day too, which was great. So I don't know. It's been really random, totally unplanned, but something I don't know, that kind of fell into my lap, and I thought I should try and take advantage of it. So this week I'm doing a running one, and then I'm going to do like a circuit challenge day and then another running one. So I don't know. That's it.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome. My neighborhood has we're pretty close-knit neighborhoods. I shouldn't say I'm entirely jealous of your neighborhood, but I am kind of jealous of your neighborhood. And we have a running club, But it's honestly, really and truly, I have never wanted to solicit business on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
but it's never occurred to me to just do like a fit club. Honestly, it's never even occurred to me. And it's like so many people I could be missing an opportunity with. I love that idea.
Yeah, well, and that's where I am right now. Like, and I didn't know because I'm starting to promote my next group, and so a couple of them are like, "Oh, so you're a Beachbody coach," and I don't know if I want to actually like post in there like I am running a paid group, like I don't know, but I think I'm gonna wait on doing that because I don't want to turn them away, until we kind of build it up more. So
Build that free relationship first, and I think that they're watching you, and that those who are
yeah,
interested will
yeah.
be friends with you, so they'll see your posts. That's really
Yeah.
cool, Meg. I love it.
Yeah, it's like so random. And now people are like, when are we working out this week? Or, so now I feel like I have to kind of commit to something with them. So we'll see. I don't know.
That's awesome. Anyone have any questions for Megan?
Megan, do you post in your group? Do you post just different things like daily or a couple times a week, or just when you're working out?
So I posted like tonight, like Monday morning, 8 a.m., run, walk the park. Tuesday morning, circuit challenge night at 6 p.m. And Wednesday morning, run, walk the park at 8 a.m. So I just posted the workouts. I mean, I'd like to build it more, but like I said, I didn't even know if people would be up for it or not. So, I mean, this is like week 3 of it. So, so we'll see. But I always like post a picture then of everyone who goes in the club page, and people are always like, "Oh, I wish I would have gone. I didn't realize people were going." So I feel like it'll take some time.
That's a good idea to post that, because people like that community feel and posting like group pics and stuff.
Yeah.
People have that fear of missing out, but it makes them want to go or just connect, or, oh, look at people actually go and they're happy and they didn't.
Yeah.
I know the girl she's another Beachbody coach in Wanakee, anybody who's familiar with the Madison area. So she's nearby. I don't know her personally, but she does it at the high school gym. And after the Fit Club, she always takes a group picture, and then she tags everybody in the group picture like, "Hey, great Fit Club today. Did, P90X3 Challenger, challenge, or whatever she did." And then she tags everybody in the picture. Well, then, of course, their friends are going to see it and be like, "What is this?" So I think that's really sweet. So people like that community feel.
Yeah. And that's what I do too. I tagged everyone in it because they're all my friends now. So they got tagged in it, which helped too, I think. So.
Yep. Fabulous.
I know in Seattle, like when I lived in Seattle and I was in one of my apartment buildings I lived in, not my ghetto fabulous apartment building, but one of my apartments I lived in, they had like a lot of, and this is for you, Meredith, too, like they have community rooms or something. If you have like a community room or that, lots of times you can rent that out for free, and it's really convenient for people, especially even if you have a fitness area where you could do something like that too. Or if you live in a community where there are apartment buildings or townhome complexes where they have that, you could, inquire to do that there too. When I lived in more of that type of community, I always wanted to do that, but long story short, I didn't. So, but those are ideas too. Here in Bremerton, we don't have as many of those, but in larger cities and a lot of the suburb stuff, they do have stuff like that. Like in Illinois, I'm sure, Tracy, I know I always thought about that when I was Illinois, suburb areas around Chicago, Milwaukee. So, Kristen.
Question. I know you were saying that if you're not a certified teacher, you should not teach or lead the group. But with like the park setting, and if you're going to bring a laptop or even whatever setting, and not everybody is really able to see the workout, is it still okay if you're watching the DVD on the laptop, but you're in the front leading, in the sense because you know the workout, but they're not actually only following you per se, that you do have the DVD going on the computer?
I think that's totally fine. Just make sure you have them sign a waiver.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. Great question, Kristen. Great question.
I also, just one other thing.
Yeah.
If anyone else is a teacher, I don't know where people are, but I know there's a lot of teachers. So with everything that's happened in Wisconsin, all the changes, health insurance is a really big thing now, and I'm sure you could do this at most companies too. I don't know, but so for our health insurance now, we have Humana, and we have to like hit this like status every year as a staff, or our insurance goes up, or all this kind of stuff. And so our health and fitness like coordinator actually contacted me and was like, would you be willing to do this to help people get Humana points and stuff like that? So I'm like, fingers crossed that this kind of turns into something a lot bigger, district wide, that I can reach people. But if you're a teacher, it might be, or whatever you do, you know, to talk to whoever runs your healthcare, or, you know, whatever, your HR coordinator, to find out if there are programs that you can link to your insurance, because we'll be able to eventually link this so people get points through Humana for their insurance to help boost their status to silver. So I don't know.
Awesome. Alyssa just had that
That's awesome.
happen, right?
Yeah, we have like just a corporate wellness challenge a couple times a year. So our HR department reached out and asked, they want to offer the 21-day fix. And so I don't know any details if I, you know, will lead it via Facebook group or email, or how it'll be
How
run.
cool is that?
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, we have about 400 employees. And, you know, I mean, a participation in the wellness group is usually around 50 to 75 people. So
Still pretty good for that many people, considering, I mean, I was in corporate wellness for a while. If we had like, you know, it's usually pretty low. That's pretty good. That'd be huge, Alyssa.
That would be huge.
yeah.
Well, Christine Hines just did that. I don't know if you guys have been following her at all on Team on the Run, but she sold like 15 challenge packs to a small business owner. I mean, and then I heard her name. Did you guys hear her name on the National Wake Up Call for most challenge packs? It was really cool.
Pointed it out. Otherwise, I usually space out during that.
I do too, but then I was like, wait, that's Christine Hines. It's very, very exciting. So, yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit, really. Like, Alyssa, you could be on the National Wake Up Call pretty soon for most challenge packs sold. If you think of that, if 10 people do it, that would be amazing. And you could have like 50 people do it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think of like corporation, because I've done corporate wellness stuff, but not with the Beachbody part of my business. I've tried to get the last one to do it because I'm like, that would be awesome, but they didn't. They ended up paying about the same per person. But and now I'm thinking, because of all this stuff, and because Liz had mentioned it, Christine and Megan, I'm like, well, what small businesses might want to offer that up to their employees? Because it's not a big fee. Like $140 per person for a business is not a big fee, because it affects their downline and their health insurance rates too. And companies really look at that. And also when they're looking at, just from an HR background, when they're looking at different wellness initiatives, you know, they do budget. If they have a wellness budget, a lot of companies don't. They do look at cost per person as well. So, you know, if you know local companies, small companies, or even larger companies, or know anyone in HR or department managers, it never hurts to ask for contact information for someone in HR or their benefits area. I think I would have done it a while ago, because that's where I used to work, but.
Right? Great point, Nicole. Anybody
But
have
where
any-
you work too, I know some of my IIN students, actually, obviously they were not Beachbody coaches, but a lot of them had like a fitness place on campus where they worked. So for those of you that work, you know, Meredith, I don't know if they do at Microsoft or how that would work. But maybe that's something you can talk to HR about doing there at their facilities, using their facilities there, like after work or before work or something, doing a fit club for all of you. That's all I got.
I love it.
I was just going to add in another thing. I'm on the preschool board at my kids' preschool, and I know that the director likes to have like once a semester or whatever trimester, have like a specialist come in and talk. So I actually thought about talking to her to set up just like a workshop, like a clean eating workshop, to talk with the moms and the parents, and you know, about what they can do to help clean up their diets, their kids' diets, and things like that. So just another like thought of just getting creative with getting out there and sharing what you know and getting more people on board. So I mean, obviously that wouldn't be like a sales kind of, you know, like you wouldn't want to do anything like that, but you know, people can seek you out afterwards. And
Yeah. establishing those community connections.
Yes, exactly.
Resource, because a lot of people, it's something that they want to do, and a lot of people aren't necessarily searching out on Facebook for it. They're just friends with you, and that's how we build our network. But if you offer to speak for free, like 15 to 20 minutes, I've done stuff like that. I know Alyssa's done stuff like that recently. Tammy's done stuff like that for sure too. Just like brainstorming those things. The worst they're going to say is no.
Right. Just build those relationships. That's a really good point. Anybody else have any questions? Are the wheels turning right now?
Mm-hmm.
Right? My wheels are turning. A lot of what gets sometimes can be frustrating with this business is, like you feel like you're hearing a lot of crickets, right? Like you're posting and you're not getting much response, or you're following up and you're still not getting much response. Well, I know Amanda one time told me, stop talking to the same people, so we need to add more contacts, make new relationships, form new relationships with people. And I think that helps. It's a way to increase your network and share the love of health and fitness. So yeah, get creative, make it yours. Anything else? Anybody have any questions or anything else they want to add?
Any random questions?
I have a random one.
Go, Meredith.
So I have been in my community now for about almost a year, but I still feel like I don't know people in the community. And I feel like I spend a lot of time at work, and then obviously working out now at home, so not going to the gym. So like, what are some of the best ways? And I don't have any kids, so there's not like that aspect. So maybe what is one or two ways that you all think are just good ways to get out into the community and start building those relationships?
Have you ever been on meetup.com?
I did when I first moved to Seattle, but I haven't in 5 years. Yeah.
That might be, I joined like a women's networking group when I was
Mm-hmm.
in India, or you could even start your own as like a fit club if you wanted on there. There's other ones with your interests, like other interests, like I've seen them with working out or different exploring the city kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. That's a really good idea. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I've been here for a while, but I'm still not totally planted. So I should go back to what I did when I first moved here.
And that's the thing. I did that. I did a meetup it was a couple weeks ago because I wanted to go to a local girls' night out, and I don't really have a lot of friends over here because I was working in camping, and then I work from home, and I'm like, great, I have no friends to go to girls' night out with. This is awesome. So I posted in a meetup group for my local community, and I had totally forgot about it the day before. I'm like, 8 people actually want to meet with me. Oops.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I met some Navy ladies, and I'm like, great, I meet some new Navy friends, and they get deployed, and now I have no friends around here anymore. But anyway, I met about 8 people, and we went out and had fun, and a lot of people are in and out and transient, but I thought about doing the same thing, doing like a fit club, and if just a couple people show up, you have a couple people that gives you experience. I think with your, the apartment home community, I don't know if you have stuff there, you could post flyers or talk to the office if they do something like that.
Yeah, I used to. Now that I'm in the burbs in a house and all of that, it's not as
You're not. Yeah,
a little bit more isolating, for.
I remember when you moved. I forgot when you moved, but I know when you were single.
Does your neighborhood have a Facebook page or an association or?
I have no idea. I was actually thinking that I should go down to like the public library or something and see, because I have no idea.
See, ours did, and I didn't know until someone invited me, but that's also wear and share. Never underestimate the power of wearing something that says like PIO on it, like a sweatshirt or something when you're out running errands. You'd be surprised the number of people that will stop and talk to you about it. So
that is a really good point as well. Yeah, I feel like my boyfriend and I are, younger, and we don't have any kids or anything, and the community is a lot of parents and that sort of thing. So I think sometimes we feel a little bit like the black sheep, but we just gotta get in there and be fine with it.
Well, do you have like a park in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Moms would love to come. You don't have to be a mom to hang out with moms. I hang out with all you guys. I'm not a mom.
Yeah, I think I assume that, you know, they would be too busy or that they wouldn't want to. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So it's my own personal, like, you know, thing to work through, not theirs.
Yeah, was that helpful? Anyone else
Yeah.
have any good ideas for that, the meetups? I mean, really, you can ask anywhere. Again, the worst they're going to say is no. Like, there's a really cute, this is my next one that I want to do. There's a really cute, I don't like to shop, but this one store I like to shop at, it's called Purpose. I want to talk to them and say, hey, would you want to partner in doing, like, not necessarily a fit club, but maybe for their employees running a challenge, or running a challenge where it's fitness and nutrition, where I could come speak to their customers. And then they also sell workout clothes there. And maybe like donating a portion of the proceeds to, they donate a portion of their proceeds to surgeries out in Africa. So maybe combining something where we could donate something. It's always just asking, and never hurts to ask. So that's like on my radar here for the rest of the summer. One thing I want to do.
Love it.
Definitely. Nice. Thank you.
Good question. Gets me thinking. I'm thinking after this call too.
I'm thinking too about all the ways that I don't reach out to connect with people, and I could be. So, you know, not enough time in the day sometimes, but, you know, there's always ways to meet new people and connect and inspire. So thank you, ladies, for sharing. It's closing in on 10 o'clock, so I don't want to keep you because I know it's past my bedtime. But I just so appreciate Tammy and Tracy and Megan taking the time out of their busy evening to speak to us about what they're doing that's working for them. And I appreciate you guys all taking the time out of your day to get on this call tonight. I'll post the recording tomorrow. And if you think of any follow-up questions, feel free to post them. And I'm super excited to see what you all decide to do to reach out to your community a little bit more. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you,
I appreciate it. Have a good night and have a good week. Finish June strong.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye, ladies.